G'day guys, my name's Sam. I had a request for this video on the Line 6 Helix owners page on Facebook, and the request is for a Devin Townsend style distortion tone from the Line 6 Helix. So I made a patch, and we'll run through it quickly and then I'll show you how it sounds and how it works. So the tone itself is quite basic. I find Devin's a huge inspiration for me in songwriting, guitar playing, everything. So my tone, I sort of gravitate towards things that he does anyway. So I've gone with just a simple boosted 5150 patch into a Mesa cab, nice and crunchy. Just nice, simple, punchy, distorted tone. So it's just a tube screamer, the 808, no gain, level most of the way up, just to hit the front of the amp harder, just like you would, in front of a regular amp. Without it, it sounds like this, and with it, you can hear it really tightens the tone up and just makes everything punchier and just more awesome. I love it. So then it just goes into a noise gate just to keep everything nice and tight. That's more for me than anything else. So then we've got the 5150 itself, or the PV Panama as Line 6 calls it. Pretty standard sort of settings. Bass bit intro. The 5150 is kind of one of those amps where you can set it really however you like and it's going to sound pretty good. So it's just, I didn't even really play with this much. I just took a little bit of bass out, get the mids up and the treble presence down a little bit. And then I used an impulse response for this. I was going to use built-in cabs, but this impulse is actually free. It's from a set called God's Cab, and you can get that online. I'll put a link in the description. And so it's just a SM57 on a Mesa cab. Nothing fancy, but they sound really good. The only thing I did to it was take out a fair chunk of the lows because it was a little bit sort of woofy. So then we've got split off into a parallel chain, which is on a foot switch, so I'll turn that on now. So we've got a volume, which is controlling sort of like, it's like kind of like working like a mixer to mix in the delay and the reverb that I've got here. So it's just a big stereo ping pong delay into a cave reverb to make everything nice and washy and very Devin Townsend-y. So that kind of sounds like this. As you can hear, very, very long trails on that, very washy. And the reason I've got it on a parallel chain is so that I can have a dry tone and then the second tone mixed in, have the delays and the reverbs mixed very heavily. As you can see, the mix parameters, up around 60% here, and I think the reverbs, about 40. And so having it on a parallel chain allows the guitar to not get so lost against all of the really washy sounds. So that's the patch. What I'll do now is run through the intro riff to Deadhead by Devin Townsend, one of my all-time favourite songs, and it was actually the song and the tone that I used to base this patch off. So that sounds like this. you have it. That's my take on the Devin Townsend tone. I'll post this patch on the Line 6 website, and I'll put a link in the description so that you guys can download it and have a muck around with it. I'll put a link to the cab impulse too, so that you can recreate it as I've got it here. You could easily do this with built-in cabs. I've just used this IR because it's the one that I go to for all of my tones, and I really like it. And it's free, so go nuts. Anyway, have fun with it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.